Oh, that was good. Thanks, I feel better.
Well, if this rain doesn't get any worse, I might get those shutters finished today. Oh, by the way, Martha, I boarded up that panel in your closet.
I thought you did that before.
That's probably what caused the drafts. Made it so cold in that room.
Oh, yeah. Win, did you know that there's a secret door inside the closet in my old room?
Of course I know about it. I haven't thought about it all this time. There's supposed to be all kinds of secret tunnels and things here. Elizabeth's father told us. But we weren't allowed to use them. He boarded up the one in Elizabeth's room, but...
But what?
Well, Elizabeth tore it down, so Dennis could use it.
No fool, Dennis. Was he the only one who knew about it?
And Blake.
Blake?
Yeah, she told him too when she started going out with him. There was one secret way from the cellar to the study, and one from the attic to the pantry.
Was there one that led outside?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I mean another way someone could get into the house.
I don't know.
Hey, it's okay. You're doing fine.
If only I could bring it all back.
Now, tomorrow's Halloween. Let's go back to Halloween night a year ago. Can you see it? Is it too painful?
I'll try.
We'll help you.
Okay. We all went to the party at school that night. Elizabeth was really mad because she'd gotten another crazy phone call. She said she'd had it with Dennis. He was just too immature. And Blake was mad, too, hoping Dennis would be there so he could let him have it once and for all. Oh, but they weren't really serious. They were more interested in having a good time.
So you were all there?
Yeah. Well, you didn't have to have a date or anything. Blake and Elizabeth kind of made themselves scarce. Everyone was supposed to unmask
It was a
at midnight.
costume party?
Yeah, just like we have every year.
Did anybody actually see Dennis come in? Could they recognize him?
I did. He asked me if Elizabeth was there. I told him she was with Blake, and Dennis looked really angry and walked off. I didn't see him again for a while, and then Elizabeth and Blake had a fight.
About what? Dennis?
I'm not sure. But Greg came up to the refreshment table and told me Blake had stormed out of the gym. Greg went out looking for him, and I started to look for Elizabeth, but I couldn't find her. Well, there are just so many people all in costume.
Okay, so what did you do then?
I was scared. I went out to go get Greg, and then I saw them in Dennis's car, pulling out of the parking lot.
Who?
Dennis and Elizabeth. I yelled, and Elizabeth leaned out the window and said they were only going to her house to talk and not to tell Blake because he'd be mad. She said they needed to get something straight, and they'd be right back.
So you covered for her?
I lied to Greg. I told him Elizabeth had gotten sick, and we were going to go to my house for a while.
What'd you do then?
I went home. Just for a while, my folks were out. And then I went back to school and sat in Greg's car waiting for Elizabeth.
For how long?
I don't know, about an hour. Then Blake came up in his car. He looked upset. His clothes were all wet, and he just sat there for a long time staring. And then he got out and went back into the gym.
And Elizabeth wasn't back yet?
No. And I was really starting to panic. I went in and told Greg and Blake the truth, that she wasn't with me at all.
And where had Blake been?
He said he'd just driven around for a while, and then he'd left his car and walked in the rain. Oh, he was furious I'd let Elizabeth go like that. I have never seen him so mad. I felt awful. Elizabeth trusted me. I could have stopped her. And she died.
But you didn't know, and it wasn't your fault.
What happened when you got here, to the house?
It took us a long time. Blake was driving, and we had a flat tire, and we were all yelling at each other.
Okay, so you're at the house. What do you do now? Let's go into the hall, Win. Try to remember what you did.
It was storming when we got here. Blake started banging on the door. It was locked, and there was only one light on in Elizabeth's room. But Greg broke a window on the terrace, and we got inside.
That's it, Win. You go ahead.
Oh.
We're right here with you. Let her go on her own, Martha.
Blake kept yelling, "Don't let her go up there." And Greg tried to grab me, but I went faster, and I started for the stairs.
Connor, maybe we better stop.
Shh. Then what, Win?
I went up, and the light was on, but I couldn't see anyone, and I think I called her name. She didn't answer. Oh, it was so quiet, and I kept saying her name, Elizabeth? Elizabeth? But she wouldn't answer.
Connor, we can't let her go in there.
Leave her. She's got to do this.
I went into a room, and
You're in her room now. What do you see, Win?
She's lying here on the bed, and her mouth is open. But I can't hear her screaming. And the room is so red. It's so red, and it's wet, and it's and she doesn't look like Elizabeth anymore.
Win, what are you looking at? What's over there?
The closet, it's open. The door is open.
What do you see?
The dark. It's so long. goes on.
dark. When? Did the lights go out that night?
It goes on.
How long?
On.
How long did it last?
I can't remember. I can't remember. I can't remember.
Connor, I don't feel a bit sorry for you. You should know better than to fix shutters in the rain.
Yeah.
But I am sorry you're not coming tonight.
Oh, don't tell me you might miss me.
No, I might need protection.
From Blake Chambers?
Don't laugh at me. Connor, you know this is Halloween. What if Dennis really isn't dead? What if he comes back tonight? It could be him, you know.
Yeah, it could be anyone. Look, you haven't got any more phone calls, have you?
What about that night at school? That was no accident. Maybe the guy thought he was chasing someone else. Oh, but I can't believe that. You're worried too, aren't you?
I'm too sick to be worried. But okay, that's it. I'm coming.
Oh, no. You're too weak to get out of bed, much less be my bodyguard.
Ugh.
But I can't stay in this house tonight. I admit it. I'm too scared. I'll stay at Wynn's. I'll leave her number in case you need me.
I won't need you.
Connor, I'm sorry.
Go on. Get out of here.
Okay. Bye.
And Martha,
Yeah?
be careful.
Martha's heart leapt as she heard the car honking outside. She ran out into the rain, pulling her shawl around her. As she came up to the car, she stopped and stared. Something hideous was sitting in the driver's seat, grinning at her under a hooded cape.
Blake? What's going on?
I'm Death. Climb on in.
Oh!
The gym at Bedford High School was transformed. It was now almost completely dark, with only jack-o'-lanterns glowing on every table. It swarmed with unearthly creatures, all hiding behind costumes, masks, and disguises until the stroke of midnight, when the unmasking would begin.
Die, slave!
Good one, Greg.
Well, I thought I had the perfect disguise. Especially with my trusty axe. I get to use it on the bad kids. Chaperone's prerogative. Oh, here, have some matches. Your jack-o'-lantern's gone out.
Yeah, so just be careful with that decorations. Thanks. Here.
Oh, no, you keep it. For a souvenir.
Anyone seen Wynn?
Yeah, she's the witch over there brewing up the punch. Complete with warts and missing teeth.
Oh, poor Wynn. Will she have to serve drinks all night?
Hey, what do you mean, poor Wynn? I happen to be her date, you know.
Sorry, Greg. I think she'd rather be with Connor, except he's down with the flu or something.
Oh, too bad.
Hey, gypsy lady, how about a dance?
I'd love to.
Martha, if he gets out of line, just put a spell on him.
He's so funny. I love this.
The dance floor was so crowded it was hard to know who you were dancing with. Pressed up close to Blake, Martha still kept looking nervously around the room. It could be anyone, Conrad said, and Martha knew he was right. Her eyes probed the pulsating darkness. Anyone could be hiding in that swirling crowd, watching, waiting.
Martha!
Oh, Wynn! You scared me to death!
Sorry. My clothes are so black. They kind of blend in. Hey, that's a nice costume, Martha. I almost didn't recognize you. But I know Blake and Greg over there.
Well, you ought to, Wynn. You made all our costumes. The three of us all look the same.
Oh, how's Connor, Martha?
Oh, miserable. But it's good for him. Makes him more sympathetic to the human condition. You sound tired yourself. Are you okay?
Yeah, I am tired. I was up all night decorating this place.
Looks great.
Thanks. I'll be glad when Halloween's over.
Well, come and sit with us for a while.
No, I can't. I have to mind the punch. Stop by the table sometime.
We'll do that every chance we get, so you two can talk.
Blake, how did you ever end up with someone nice like Martha?